Good evening. Thanks so much, Dean. Servant of God. That's Greek. Yeah? Theodolou. Servant of God. It's amazing. And Dr. Smith, thank you so much for the invitation. I was thinking about another Dr. Smith lecturer when I heard of your Dr. Smith lecture. This one took place 96 years ago, January 1914. My father was a freshman at Ohio Northern University, and it was the Dr. Smith oratorical contest. Yes, and this was prior to the First World War, at least to our participation in it. It was prior to the League of Nations. It was prior to the United Nations. His subject was the call of the age, and the call of the age, which was to have a Congress of Nations so that the war system could be abolished. And that's what Teresa and I picked up on, and what we have been working on for a few years. So my father later became a Superior Court judge here in Los Angeles. He was appointed by Pat Brown. But the Dr. Smith goes on. (1973), I was leafleting in the parking lot for Cesar Chavez because sister, my wife.
He always mixes it up.
We were living with Cesar Chavez at La Paz, and we handled publications for him and the newspaper El Malcriado, which of course means the brat. And so I was leafleting down here, and Professor Litwin came up to me as I was going through the parking lot. I suppose that was illegal. I didn't have any permit for it. But he said, "Why aren't you teaching here?" I said, "Well, what do you got?" So he brought me into the faculty, and I came off with 14 tenures. Have you ever heard of that? 14 tenures. That is, I was hired 14 times for a semester at a time. No one wanted to take any chances. So Teresa and I generally speak about war and peace. And the last time we spoke in a large group about celibacy and the church and all of that was when Ted Koppel called one night from Nightline. And he said, "I want to talk about celibacy because this new film has come out called The Thornbirds." And he said, "On the program will be you and Teresa and Cardinal Kroll of Philadelphia, Father Hesburgh, president of Notre Dame, and Father Greeley, the sociologist." So we all together were there on TED, and the three men all approved of the law of celibacy. And toward the end of the program, Teresa had the last word, which I think is something very important for her to have. She said, "You know, why are you wasting your time with all this nonsense when there are wars going on all over the world and people are starving?" And Ted Koppel said, "Well, I guess that'll end it for today. Thank you very much." So
We just have to stop you for 10 seconds. There's something wrong with the mic.
Uh-oh.